something really, really, really special has arrived, and a lot did arrive through the last months. But this one is the one I by far was the most excited of, and it would be this box set from Placebo, or about Placebo. That's the main part of this thing, why it came out, is the documentary that was done about Placebo from Oscar Zansel. So this docu is not directly from Placebo, it's about them. And sure, it's always interesting getting a documentary from someone outside. I guess sure, Brian and Stefan did did put in or out stuff that they didn't want to have it in, or whatever you call it. But I guess in the end they gave their okay, leave all in, whatever, but it had their blessing. I guess there was nothing in there that they didn't want it. Even so, stuff that is in, they said during the live session in that documentary, that they were highly uncomfortable with seeing themselves in this kind of state they were in. But this was a documentary from last year, October, which I attended in a cinema in London. It wasn't quite a big room. Might have been even their biggest room that they usually use for movies. So I was excited, that this thing was sold out. That's always great because you would say, sure, Taylor Swift and the big huge stars sell this stuff out, but Placebo is not that gigantic band outside of some bubble. You can see that even when you go to the record stores, even in London. I hardly had problems finding LPs from Placebo. So even in London, they were not on the big screen, so to say, or up in front. It's independent rock, prog rock. So it's always some sort of a niche. And then it's outstanding that a documentary about back then, such a small beginning, such a small band did or was put together. And before we go in details, what the documentary did, what they show, and I hope I can keep the clips I did, the filming from my cinema screen at home, that I can leave that in, and that the YouTube copyright protection stuff is not forcing me to cutting all that out. We will see. I hope I can leave it in. It's always some snips and cuts, not an entire thing. Maybe we have a chance that they will allow me to keep it in. But what do we get in this box set? At first, that's so to say in trifold. And there's quite a lot of stuff in here, which till to this day I did not fully understand what I will get here. I saw the pre-order. I understood that the documentary as a Blu-ray is in. Okay, that's all I needed to know. I wanted to have that thing, and today it arrived. And we get this documentary on the Blu-ray and on a DVD. For people who don't have a Blu-ray player yet. But I'm afraid those who don't have a Blu-ray player don't have the DVD player anymore too. They are all getting used of using streaming. And no clue if we will ever get this on a streaming service. We will see. But what else do we get? There is also an CD. A CD from their latest album, Never Let Me Down, but they did include one more song, and that would be Shout, the cover from Tears for Fears, which is an amazing song by itself, but it's one of the best covers I have ever listened to. Yeah, that was a masterpiece from Placebo, in my opinion. Yeah, and it's on that CD. And then I saw there are another two CDs, yeah, which I was not aware of what this will be. Yeah. And let's see if this is getting out. Yes, yeah. This is What You Wanted, is the name of those two CDs. So it's the live concert in or out of Mexico from some years ago. I think 2023. This was done. Till now, I think it's the only way on a CD form where the audience is able now catching up that amazing concert. Yeah. Sure, as an collector, yeah, I have, this is my prized possession, so to say. That's a box of Placebo, which includes a live concert, but from Barcelona, on vinyl, on a double vinyl. The CDs is included, but the album, so yeah. But the Mexico concert is there as a Blu-ray, and this thing is outstanding. Yeah, the concert, the picture quality, the sound quality, the concert itself, the audience. That's, I would say, some of the absolute best stuff I have in my entire collection. Totally love that box set because of that. Yeah. But the CD and this one you can't buy separately. That's the main problem, I guess. Yeah. So finally getting that concert, at least if you don't have the Blu-ray, getting at least the listening experience, yeah, from that amazing concert on a CD and then on a double CD because it's that long. I think that's a great adding for someone who simply doesn't have access to the Blu-ray. That's an amazing adding, I would say. Yeah, that's from the discs. That's all that is in. The Blu-ray and the DVD are the same. Yeah, which brings me to one of the downfalls of this piece. Yeah, and I would say that is you could immediately see it in the main menu, and there was no bonus material, nothing. Then I thought, okay, maybe the Q&A that was part of that entire day in the cinema with the band, yeah, in that big audience, that this will simply come after the documentary, not in reachable over the menu, but it will come in the end. But no, you saw in the menu it's only 90 minutes long. Then you knew, okay, they will only include the documentary, not the Q&A, not the entire event that this was. Yeah, that wasn't coming together for a music band in a cinema. And the audience by far was not only from London. Yeah, like me, from Germany. There were friends from all over Europe came to London, yeah, to see this. Yeah, that was an amazing coming together in front of the cinema. On the way in, there was some sort of a red carpet. And yeah, before the documentary started inside the cinema, and people did take their time till they left. Yeah, new friendships were made there. Yeah, we did go out in a pub during the night, the evening, the night. That was all really well, and nothing of that yeah, was included in that documentary. I find that quite strange. Yeah, why would you not include that? Yeah, for whom is this package meant for? Yeah, for sure not for someone who doesn't know Placebo or doesn't like them. Whatever. I would say it's for their fans. Yeah, whom appreciate the content of that documentary and how great Placebo is, and did take the money, the time for that trip, for appreciating Placebo, showing them the love of the fans. And from the other side, then from the stars, from the maker, not including this, I find strange. Yeah. No clue who made that decision. The Blu-ray with its two audio tracks in PCM and in Dolby Digital 5.1. Nothing special there on that front too. And then 90 minutes, that Blu-ray is not even half full. Yeah. So no clue. Why don't you make that thing full with everything you captured at that day, yeah? Or prepared yourself, filming whatever. Yeah? Sure, the privacy stuff of the guests, sometimes it's unknown. Maybe you run into some risks there, yeah. But the Q&A, was totally and fully only the band. I guess no privacy could be heard there. So at least I did hope that this would be in there, but sadly it was not. So from the technical side, I would say that Blu-ray is okay. The picture, the sharpness, the resolution, that's all well done. The aspect ratio was a little bit strange. Yeah, I wanted to put in my cinema screen masking, but it never really fitted. Yeah, so I left it down in the default position. And sure, after some minutes inside in the documentary, there are 4 to 3 sizes, aspect ratios. The widescreen is lost in total. That's normal with that kind of old material with own and a normal video cameras we had back then. Yeah, it's way before smartphones and 1080p and 4K. So you can expect in the documentary there is stuff out there. It's from a cheap camera. So don't expect that this thing is in total in 1080p amazing quality. Yeah. That's only the current date interview parts of Brian and Stefan, and when they go in this sound studio they did build for this documentary, where they are performing the main songs from that latest album, which the documentary is completely built around. But we will come to that later. The sound quality of the concert, over 2 CDs, it's quite well. But I know this album or this performance really well from this one, from the Blu-ray. I really did watch this very often, and I was eager to hear, is it on the level of this one even, or maybe better? And no, for sure not. The Blu-ray simply has more space. And you hear that, and there is more punch, there is more room. The gigantic arena in Mexico is coming. You feel that in the Mexico concert over the Blu-ray. The CD is quite well done, and the best alternative you have. Yeah, for me, having the Blu-ray, I guess I will never listen to that CD. Ever. If I want to enjoy that concert, for sure I will include the amazing picture from this live concert. So no place for me for the CD. So also no place for me for the DVD because of the Blu-ray. And Shout itself, I would say is way more fun in the Mexico concert live than the version they did include inside from a studio recording, which they included in the album CD with that one added song. It's nice to have it, yeah, because here it's not on this one. Yeah, it's nice having that, but also I guess I will not put that CD up very often, yeah, because the performances live from Placebo are with this album, I would say, way better live. Yeah. So that only leaves the Blu-ray for me, and yeah, immediately after the start, I recognize that something with the frames per second, something is wrong there. Yeah. There is some sort of stuttering. Yeah. Minimal stuttering. And then I thought, yeah, they did include a Blu-ray which runs on 50 hertz, a PAL standard in Europe. And I guess the main mastering was the DVD with that speed. And then, yeah, they had to come over that the Blu-ray is in 24 frames per second. Yeah, yeah, I guess they just hit export in 24p2 and that's it. But yeah, it doesn't run that smoothly as the project would have really finished in for the Blu-ray speed. Yeah. This one, the concert is made for Blu-ray in total, and then you see that. Yeah, yeah. Everything the camera does, yeah, when it moves, it simply doesn't stutter. Yeah? And with this one, you see that it's in there. Yeah? And so I guess they mastered this stuff in 25p. Yeah. I guess, yeah. It's not that bad because you only see that on a big screen when you know how to look after it. And during the songs they are playing in that studio. During the sit-ins, in the interviews, sure there are no camera movements there. So that's not bad there. So it could be worse, so to say. Yeah. Then that what is left is the nice resolution, and so the picture is fine. Yeah, and it's at its best during those songs. Yeah, so much for the technical side, yeah, of this box. Yeah. Now we can go to what the documentary is actually showing. Yeah. A big part of this documentary is not even interviews from Brian and Stefan themselves. Yeah. It's a lot of screen time is going to other quite big stars, yeah, which are included. Sometimes with their own stories, but relating to the main story of the documentary from Placebo. And sometimes they are directly talking about Placebo. Yeah. And we have some big names there from the band Idols. Yeah, Joe Talbot is talking quite a lot. Yeah, he can relate to stuff that happened with and Placebo. I guess quite a lot. Yeah, that's why he was included, and he's also a big fan. Yeah, from Offspring you have Self-Esteem. From Garbage, Shirley Manson is included. Yeah, she's talking quite a lot too. Yeah, she can relate to Placebo quite a lot too, and she's always fascinated that Placebo is still cool these days. And she makes it as she's already old, and but they are still cool. Yeah. No clue what stuff Garbage does these days. Yeah. But it's nice to hear, yeah, that she's thinking about Placebo in this way. The young rock star Youngblood also has quite an amount of screen time. He also was at the premiere in London. Yeah. I did not personally see him, but the after pictures, we got to see him that he was there. Yeah. Robbie Williams is another one talking quite a lot. So again, sometimes about stuff he can relate to, but also about Placebo, and that's always interesting hearing from these famous musicians what they're thinking about your most beloved band. Yeah, that's always fun. Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch, another one, the actor. Yeah, famous because he did that. He is an amazing vocalist. Yeah, talker. He is the voice of Smaug, the dragon Smaug in the Hobbit. He's amazing. Always listening to him. That was quite news for Placebo too. Yeah, that he actually is a fan. Yeah. Yeah, that was really interesting and nice for them. Yeah, I guess they have some big respect for Benedict too. And a big part of this thing is David Bowie. Yeah, he's some kind of little bit the heart of this thing. Yeah, because he was quite an important person in the early starts of Placebo. Yeah, he always rooted for them. Yeah, he really saw the talent of them quite early. Maybe much before others did. Yeah, and with his fame and his status in the industry, he was able to yeah to present, yeah, or open the minds of the industry on the backside and the fans, yeah, about Placebo. Yeah, when someone like him is saying that's an amazing band, yeah, that has some weight in the industry. Yeah, with David Bowie is was a big name. Yeah, he's a part in the documentary too. Yeah, so quite some people, yeah, who are getting they're all getting their time. Yeah, and all in all. Not sure how much we actually see Brian and Stefan. In current date, with the latest interview, there is a part, some minutes, not sure how much, maybe 20 minutes or so of this 90 minutes, but there's lots of material from the archives. Yeah. Yeah, which they always fit in during that, so to say, little red line or the story during this documentary. Yeah, and that they are going, yeah, having such an amazing last album, yeah, with so many great songs, which all have their background, their meaning, yeah, in the lyrics. It was actually quite easy for Oscar, yeah, to yeah to put this together, doing some stuff with interviews, doing some stuff with archive material, and then presenting the fitting song to that story. And sure, they are starting with how the band did came together and so on. And sure, that both did not plan of ever getting big stars. Yeah. Yeah, Brian always says he simply wanted to be a musician for not to not yeah having to go to work each day like we all had to do, yeah, or have to do. Yeah, he says don't be angry at me, but I did it for myself. Yeah, yeah, that was nice. And yeah, they are starting with the stuff, with the spying stuff, with the privacy stuff. They mentioning that you can't go through London without getting captured everywhere, yeah, from private companies who will put up these cameras, or the government. And he finds this for sure quite annoying. And he's going into the subject, why did the people even allow this? Yeah. And on the other hand, that we do it ourselves, yeah, with social media, presenting everything of our lives to the world, yeah, shout it out. Stars do Many stars do the same. Yeah, he says he's not that kind. Yeah, that he always have to push stuff out. He did at the moment. Yeah, yeah, that's not his world. Yeah. But the intrusion of the privacy, yeah, that's fitting then perfectly to the song Surrounded by Spies. Yeah. One of the posters was also a part of this, yeah, with all the cameras. And then they are yeah, going into the studio they put up, yeah, with the nice stage, highly tasteful done, yeah, with the coloring, the TVs on the bottom, the lightning. It's really done really beautiful there. Each song they are showing there, and so they are going from story to story, and then in the end to a song. Yeah, the next one is a big part where Placebo is so to say a pioneer in it. Yeah, with the stuff with the homophobic stuff, the critics against people who simply dress differently, look differently, be different. Yeah, and the freedom they never had. Yeah, or not seem to get. And Brian, I'm not sure how much Stefan, but Brian was he actually saying it, yeah, that he did provoke the audience, even the homophobic audience, yeah, in dressing like a girl, yeah, yeah, to make them think, oh damn, yeah, I like that music, but this guy is dressing strangely or whatever. But I still like him, yeah, to break some kind of these barriers down, yeah, that you can also respect and like someone who doesn't look like you prefer it. So the song "Beautiful James" is fitting quite well. Then with I hope YouTube allows me to show that song. I did film it. Yeah, this it would come next. Yeah, let's see if it stays in. Yeah, it's fitting from the story. Yeah, and then that song from the lyrics. It all makes sense. Yeah, and it will go on the rest of the documentary. Chapter in that documentary would be the longer part with David Bowie, yeah, how he rooted for them, how he actually with the song "Without You I'm Nothing," he often got on stage with them. Yeah, he simply rooted and pushed them up, yeah, making the industry aware how great they are.
To Mr. David Bowie.
Thank you. It's a fabulous band, Placebo.
Thank you.
Tell the story. Well, I'll say that I spotted them, but not. I thought they were a really terrific band. And Nancy Berry, I believe it was, at Virgin, let me have their very earliest things, including the song Nancy Boy. And I thought, that's a terrific song for a bunch of chaps to sing. I think they'll probably be huge. And there you go. And we got together, and we were working together. What year?
96.
96, in fact. We went
The Outside Tour.
There's lots of stuff from the background, backstage, how they did talk together, how they did little gigs, and together, yeah, how they Brian and Stefan did learn from Bowie, got inspired from him, yeah, and how he was. That's a big part in that documentary, yeah. And Brian actually once is getting, I guess, he always, during the entire documentary, is hiding behind his sunglasses. I guess at this moment, when they did talk about Bowie, yeah, he actually, I guess, had tears in his eyes, yeah, but we doesn't see it, yeah. But there is the point where he says, yeah, he was such an amazing guy, and I only, yeah, was around him 6 years or so. Could have been a lot more, and then sure, Bowie did die sadly. Yeah, and yeah, that's a part, yeah, which he's not really happy about. That, yeah, that he actually could have spent more time with him. Yeah, and he's quite sad about that. Yeah, and at that point you hear his voice breaking. Yeah, and yeah, you see his lips. Yeah, he's fighting with himself, holding the tears back. And with that story, with that chapter, they are going into the song "Darling, Happy Birthday in the Sky." Yeah. And when I remember correctly, during the Q&A session, they actually said that they mean David Bowie with "Darling." Yeah. You might expect a woman with "Darling," but yeah, a "Darling" sometimes or often is used for men too. Yeah. And I had, as far as I remember, they actually mean David Bowie with this song, yeah, which is again a fantastic song, and that session again in that studio totally beautiful, yeah. And yeah, when you are aware of all this, how these songs came together, yeah, this album in total is even more special, more beautiful, yeah, more amazing, yeah.
It's only now that he's gone that I've had all this time to reflect on it. And I was only really in his orbit for like about 5-6 years. Imagine the impact that he had on people he worked with for 20. The tragedy for me is that he had to die for me to realize it. But, you know, I had those 6 years in his orbit. And I'm extremely grateful for that. Darling, happy birthday in the sky, in the sky. You are blown away. I don't know why.
Next chapter they are going more in that direction with drugs problem, alcohol problems that, yeah, occur with so many stars and musicians after the gig, when they are coming down, the emptiness they are feeling then, yeah. And sure, many of the other stars, Robbie Williams and all of them, they big time can relate to that, yeah. And yeah, you see them a lot too when it comes to that subject, yeah. Yeah, and yeah, you get to see footage of some gigs with Placebo where Brian was totally drunk, yeah. And I guess we don't see the concert or details of it, but I guess it didn't went well, yeah. And yeah, as from his behavior on the way backstage, he didn't care at all. But you saw it in Stefan's eyes. He was totally there. No, he was not drunk and high or whatever. He was totally there, and he was totally angry and pissed about Brian. Yeah, and they go in these phases. What musicians are going through these times, and that sometimes they are losing each other inside the band, or getting lost with the audience, getting lost with their family, with the world, and but at some point they are always coming back, and it always feels amazing. When the magic happens, when the two different guys filling up their differences to one piece, and then we got Placebo. And the song that is following that, with Went Missing, also is totally fitting from the lyrics, and so that's one of my favorite songs from Placebo's entire discography. Totally loved that song, and I can remember listen to that song live in Schwetzingen in Germany in a big concert. And I totally was confused. So what was this song? I had to look that up. And then, hey, it was from Placebo, and it was on the latest album. Then okay, you listened at home on the CD, and then there it is. But then there are worlds with some songs on that studio album compared to the live concert. And then gladly with this one, this song is so amazing in Mexico, or live. The feeling of that guitar riff during the end, the power of these songs, wow, it's so fantastic. And I think the studio mix can't compete with that. There's much is lost there. And the studio sessions they are doing in this documentary is almost as good as the live session. A bit not that, because sure the big arena style is so sort of missing in that studio, but here from the sound wise, you get much back. What's actually to me is missing on the CD. That quality is not there, but we are getting it with this documentary, and in on the CD too, which they included from Mexico. It's there, gladly, so people can enjoy. That's a masterpiece for me as an A-guitar fan. That's so an amazing part. That long riff at the end. From Went Missing, love that, and that's a great part in that documentary.
You find yourself in front of 40,000 screaming Mexicans, and then an hour later, you're on your own with just tinnitus for company.
It gets scary. It does get scary.
last song they did include with Fix Yourself, from the entire lyrics, and from the gesture of Brian in that live concert in Mexico. Yeah, you totally understand the meaning behind that. Yeah, fix yourself. Yeah, don't tell me how to feel or how to be, and with your old thinking. Yeah, ways of thinking. And that's the last part, so to say, with ending with the song in that documentary. Yeah, feeling alone, if not feeling connected to your family, or maybe to friends. Yeah, though what then you do? Yeah, you search for outside of that barrier, and with other band members and stuff, and creating your own world, so to say. And that song is fitting there, and I totally loved that song too. Yeah, it's I have listened to that one often. When I can always watch the entire concert. Yeah, sometimes you just hear 5 songs or so, but this one went missing, and Fix Yourself is always the second last. Yeah, they end with Shout, with Fix Yourself, and then Running Up the Hill. And that middle song, the other two are covers, amazing covers, the best of the best, but that's their song, Fix Yourself. And that's such a strong song, especially in that concert, but also in the documentary. Is really well captured the heaviness of that song. It's slow, it's powerful, it's heavy. I love that song, totally love that. The voice of Brian these days, totally fitting to that style. Amazing, fantastic song.
Mentally, that's kind of a pure artistic act, because it's not about the artist's ego anymore. It's a step into the unknown. It's kind of making yourself second to the artistic process itself, putting your ego behind what is happening organically in the room. That's the really cool thing about being in a band, is that you can create something that's bigger than you. And for me, Placebo has always been much bigger than Brian and bigger than Steph. It's this magical thing that happens, when the two of us are in a room. And I don't really seek to understand that, because I like the mystery and I like the romance. I like the fact that it remains intangible for us.
Go fix yourself instead of someone else. 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 Go fix yourself.
Last chapter, so to say, of that documentary would be the opinions from all the mentioned stars about Placebo. That's outstanding what they are saying. As I said, it's Robbie Williams and that league of stars. And it's interesting what they think and feel about Placebo. And it's the same I do. The longevity of Placebo. Keeping their style, their class, and even not only keeping, they did improve over the years like no other musician I can think of. Actually, I sometimes compare them with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because their longevity is also amazing, and they are keeping up their quality too. But I don't think they went this way. I think they went this and stayed. But Placebo, you could say, they are with the last 2 albums or even 3 albums, but especially the last one. Maybe it's the best from them ever. Yeah. After, I think since 1996 they are active, or I think around that time. Yeah, that's we are talking almost 30 years now. Yeah, and then delivering albums better than ever. That's quite rare in the industry. Yeah, keeping up this amazing lyrics. Yeah, many of them, of these stars, mentioning that sort of how Brian is presenting it. Yeah, how deep the lyrics are, the meaning in all aspects. They are fantastic. Yeah, and even from that famous actor, that's from Benedict, that was quite amazing too. But that's sort of my own conclusion when it comes to Placebo. They are up with America. I would say there's nothing more special to me when it comes to bands out there. Yeah, I always have Michael Jackson as a solo artist on that level. Yeah, as the king of pop, he was the best. But Placebo and that documentary is really, yeah, putting it together, what they are, what they created, and how special they are. That's why they are absolutely one of my absolute most famous bands. Yeah, and yeah, all in all, that documentary is showing this. Yeah. The only thing I would say would complain is the 90 minutes is great, sure, but they should have included the rest of that day. Yeah. Maybe not even from the fans, that stuff, but the Q&A should have been in, and maybe some sort of documentary of the documentary and of that day. And maybe if Brian and Stefan were totally freaked out and afraid that maybe the cinema would only be half full. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I guess you could easily could have put in another 1-2 hours with that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's sad that they did not include that. That on the technical side it's okay, but nothing special and not state of the art when it comes to sound. Yeah, that's a part. It's not sad. That would be too hard. But there was room for more. Yeah, and I don't understand why they did not include that. Yeah, I guess the DVD, the Blu-ray and the DVD are, or more the Blu-ray, are only half full. I'm betting on that. Yeah, that it's not even half full. Yeah. Why waste that space? The disc has to be pressed anyway, and fans like us, we are thankful for every minute. For every minute, we are getting more of the band, and why not include that? Maybe we will understand in the future. Maybe they will put stuff on their website. We will see. Yeah. But all in all, highly recommended when you love Placebo. I think it is really tastefully done, and I guess any fan will be highly happy with that outcome. What they did include here. So that would be it for today. Till next time. Bye.